Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today we're going to be fixing the belt tensioner bracket on a Jeep Wrangler TJ. Let's go ahead and get started. This is the belt tensioner bracket right here, and I've already started taking parts off of it because we had some issues with it. If you want to see a video I did where I show how to remove it in case you need to replace it or do work on it, you can check that out via the link above. I'll also have it down in the description along with other videos pertaining to the Jeep Wrangler TJ. But in this one here, what happened is we have the belt tensioner pulley that mounts in here, and then you normally have a long screw that it's a hex head that you adjust clockwise or counterclockwise to raise or lower that pulley to adjust the tension on the belt. Well, this one here, this vehicle here, and just let me show you a little bit here. You can see it's seen better days. It's got a lot of rust and stuff going on with it, so we're working on it now. But what had happened is because of that, we had some rust issues here, which caused that bracket or the adjuster screw on it to get rusted up, seized up, and it broke. So we're going to be replacing that so we can get this back in working condition and put the belt back on it. Now here's an image of what this bracket looks like, the belt tensioner bracket, if you were to buy a new one. Take a look. Now the issue with that is a lot of times when those things go, like in the case here, where that adjuster screw broke, or if you're having issues with the pulley on there, people will replace that whole thing. Well, the problem with that, you're paying a lot of money for that whole bracket assembly, where a lot of times you can just replace the part that went bad. In my case here, and we're going to take a look at the parts, since just that adjuster screw went, we're just replacing that piece. It was only $10 instead of buying the whole bracket. So the bracket's still good, the pulley's still good, but we are going to take a look at it, and I'll show you some other things that we're going to do to get it ready as we kind of rebuild it and then put it back together. But let's head over here and I'll show you the parts. So this is the piece that we took off. This right here is our tensioner pulley, and then this is the screw. You can see right here the top of the screw broke off. We have the bottom part, but it came out of that bracket. So we need to remove that. We'll put a new one in. Now I have this one here, this replacement one. As mentioned, I got that for, it was 10 bucks on eBay. I'll try to see if I can put a link down in the description to the seller. Seller wasn't the best as far as with customer service, but the price was right where it needed to be, because normally if you buy it with this piece here, I'll show you here. If you buy it with these two together, you're going to pay like around 25 bucks for that right there. So to be able to just get the part that I needed is what I wanted. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to re-tap out these pieces right here, because this Jeep is old, this is the original part. So we're going to be using an 8 by 1 1/4 to re-tap out here for that screw to go through. And then in the middle where our pulley bolt goes through, we're going to be using a 10 by 1 1/2 to re-tap that. So I'm going to re-tap all this, and then we'll be back to look at this, and then we'll head over to the vehicle and start putting it together in the bracket. And then I'll show you how to put the belt on and all that, and we'll wrap it up. And here's a close-up of the taps I'm going to be using. If you want to see a video I did where I showed how to use a tap and die set to recut threads, I'll have that link across the top, also down in the description. Not going to get into it in this video, but if you need to do that, highly recommend doing this to get it to thread properly. All right, so I've finished retapping it. You can see the threads look really nice and cut nice, which was definitely needed because on both of these, let me see if I can get a better shot. You can see right there. But on both of them, it was a little bit rusted in there and just a little bit tight and gunked up. So definitely recutting that was good, because now everything slides together nice and smooth, and we can adjust things without any obstruction. So we're going to head over to the Jeep and start putting this together in the bracket. So here's how this needs to be assembled, right? So this right here, which is our tensioner screw, slides down here, down on this side. We'll have to disconnect that, but that'll slide down in to here. And then next we're going to have to thread this on the back side of it. Now you want the flat side facing towards your power steering pump, so it'll be like this. And then once we have it in place, then we can bring the pulley here on the outside, going through the bracket and connect it, and then we can then adjust it accordingly. So I'm going to get that set up that way, but I just wanted you to see how this goes together. put that off to the side here. And now if we bring our adjuster screw, you can see now we can get it all the way down in. So we can feed it. And I'll get a shot from the other side, but you can see how it tucks in. But now with that in there, the next thing we need to do is we need to get it threaded in here. So we can bring this here on the back side. Wanted to show you that first, but if we pull this back out, putting it in this way, I'm going to get it here on the back side of the power steering pump, and we're going to get it tightened. Now, you could remove the power steering pump to get better access, or I'd recommend removing the full bracket. It's just in my case, I had an issue with it rusted on there on the other side. I couldn't get it off. That makes it a lot easier if you can work on it with it out. But since I couldn't do that, we're going to get this in here. And now I'm going to put this here on the back side, and then we're going to thread it in, and then we'll get a shot from the other side so you can see how it looks. Unfortunately, can't get the camera in there to show all this, so I'm going to do this, and then we'll be back to take a look at it. You can see we have it in, so here's our hex head. That's where you would adjust it to tighten, and then counterclockwise to loosen the belt by adjusting the pulley. I don't know if you can see all the way down there. And let me go underneath, you'll get a better shot from the bottom. Here you can see it from the bottom, so you can see how the screw goes in. You have the unthreaded point that goes through the bracket like that. And then there's our little leveler piece that as we rotate the screw, that slides up and down with the pulley connected to it. And that's how you would tighten and loosen the belt. And then once you get it to the correct tension, then you would then tighten the pulley to that piece right there. But that's how it goes together here, looking at it from the back. Now that we have that on, we're going to take our belt pulley right here. You have this side here. We're now going to screw that in to that piece that slides, and then we'll be able to put the belt on it and adjust it accordingly. So we'll slide it in this way. And unfortunately, I cannot get the camera in here to show you what I'm doing. But as mentioned already, if you can do this by taking that apart, it's a huge help. But we have it. And I'll get a close up here so you can see what I'm doing. And we don't want to make it too tight because we want it to be able to slide up and down. So like that. Once we put the belt on it, then we'll tighten it all the way down and torque it. So we want to leave it a little bit loose like that. And that's how it looks from here and looking down like that. So next we're going to put the belt on it, and then we'll be able to adjust it accordingly. So I have the belt put on, and just so you can see how it goes here, it goes around the alternator underneath this pulley. Now I don't have AC. Normally if you had AC you would be going around it here. Then it goes here under that pulley, around the power steering, around our adjuster pulley right here, and then it wraps, goes all the way down there to the, let's see what, well, at the very bottom. Hopefully you can see it way down there. Let me go underneath. Underneath here you can see then it goes down and goes around the crankshaft pulley, and that's how it mounts. If you want to see the video where I actually showed how to replace the belt, I go more in depth. You can check that out via the link above, also down in the description. But now that we have it all, we have the pattern correct, we're going to tighten it up. I don't know if you can see it, but it is moving it up. And as it moves up, it's tightening the belt. And we'll keep doing that until we get the belt to the right tension. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then we'll be back to wrap up this video. Okay, the belt is almost there. And really what you want to be able to push it just a little bit. You don't want it too loose, because obviously that's not good. You don't want it too tight, because you could put strain on the bearings on your alternator. But that looks good right there. So the next thing that we need to do is now tighten up the actual bolt for the pulley itself to lock that in place, and then we'll put that back on and we're done. Tighten this all the way down. There we go. You want this nice and tight. There. Okay. Tension's good. Belt is tightened. Plug this back on. And now let's start it up. Well, as we saw, everything looks good. The belt's moving well. The tension was set properly. So that wraps up this video on me fixing that belt tensioner bracket. As mentioned already, you can buy the whole assembly if you want, but you're going to get ripped off. Those things aren't that cheap. So a lot of times what goes wrong is one of those components. Just buy those components, or the component as was in this case, and just fix it that way, because the bracket itself was fine. Why replace it? So I hope that this video was informative for you and helped you out if you're dealing with any issues with your Jeep TJ. I believe on the YJ it might be similar as well, but don't forget to check out my other videos down in the description pertaining to this vehicle. I have other videos that I've done with this Jeep Wrangler TJ. I also have a couple YJ videos in there as well. But I hope that this video was informative. Please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all the support. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my upcoming videos. I'll see you next time.